Hey, Timmies! Psychic Bob is back in town. Woo, girl. Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm a little zany, you know. Anyways, I haven't been here the last few days. For any of you who saw my last video, which was on soul contracts and karma, as last week on Zodiac Thursday, you know that I was traveling. I went and visited my mom and stayed with her from Thursday till this morning. Had a wonderful time. It's always something nice about going to a little small town. She lives in a quaint little town by the beach, and it's just laid back. Not a lot happens. It's quiet, and I just really enjoyed it. Had a good time with my mom, and we went running around. Uh, went to some auctions, went antique shopping. Just had a fun time. Anyway, so I'm back in town, and I want to show you guys my new shirt. Hey, check this out. I was going to save this for Zodiac Thursday, but I said I was so excited I had to wear it today. This is my new Zodiac shirt. Can you guys see it here? I don't know if you can see it, but it's the guy here, and he's pouring water down. Isn't that great? And it's got stars, and it's actually got real little beads, like beaded rhinestones on some of the stars here. And I just love it. It says, let's see, so it says Aquarius down here at the bottom. See? It says Aquarius. Isn't that cool? And I'm wearing my Zodiac Aquarius pendant. I'm so excited. I tell you, you guys seem to have been really enjoying Zodiac Thursday. And speaking of Zodiac Thursday, I was a little late this morning because I was traveling and got home later than I expected. I was a little late getting out horoscopes for today. But you can still now, or still, as you always could, but especially now, go over to my website at www.robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link in the info box below and get your free daily horoscope. While I was away, horoscopes were posted every day. I did not have access to do videos, but I was able to get a horoscope. So I hope that you guys were following that. And whenever I'm not around, definitely check over at my website for horoscopes and any other info that I've got up there. Okay. So I'm glad you're here. Well, today is Messages from the Spirit World. I'm knocking stuff over here. And this is where I answer psychic questions from viewers. And if you're new here, I'd love to hear from you. Just send me a note either at my website, I'll put the link below, or you can put comments in the box below with your questions as well, and we'll get those, okay? So I'm so glad you're here. Well, for those of you who are new also, so anyways, you can write to me. I'll answer your questions. Now, just so you know, I do get hundreds and hundreds of letters a week, so I may not get to you right away. It may take a while, so I ask for patience and understanding. There's only one Psychic Bob. I don't have an entire staff to manage everything. I wish I did. But I am a full-time professional psychic. There are no charges for Messages from the Spirit World. Absolutely free. My gift to the YouTube community. And it's an honor to read for you guys. Anyways, I'm so glad you're here. Well, listen, let's look at our letters. But before we get into that, actually, let's just take a moment and attune to the spirit world. Okay. My spirit guy Fletcher's back here. He says hello. All right. Our first letter today is for Donna Wolbach. And she writes and says, "Hi, Bob. Can you tell me when I will find a new love that will last my lifetime? Love and light to you. Thank you, Donna." Donna, right now I'm stepping into your frequency. I get around you two colors in your aura that are very beautiful. I get a lot of orange light and I get a lot of pink light. And that does tell me as a psychic that you are really in a place now where you're ready to be in relationship. Orange light means you're drawing new support around you in a new social circle. And I have to tell you, when I go back over this last year, I kind of felt like it was a struggle year around you. And from an energy place, you weren't ready yet to move into relationship. But I'm seeing around you a lot of emotional healing, a lot of strengthening, and I do feel this year you're going to be in a relationship. I want you to watch the month around end of September, beginning of October. This is where I see you meeting a person. I do feel this is a connection that becomes romantic. Interestingly, I get him connected, now don't hate me for this, but an online dating site. I know you're thinking, Bob, I don't want to meet some stranger on the internet. But really, no, this is where I make a connection. So I'd like you to be open to doing internet dating. I feel like this person is about the same age as you, and they have a lot of the same hobbies. I feel like you connect on talking about like for example, if you like hiking or you like dancing, it's like they love that too. And I do feel their interest is sincere. And I feel like they've come out of a relationship as well that's been a bit of a struggle. So they're ready for a new beginning and somebody in their life that's going to love them. So let's watch around end of September, beginning of October. That's where I see it. And I do feel like this is going to go to a long-term relationship. I don't know that it's marriage, interestingly. I kind of feel like both of you may say, well, we'll think about marriage. But the fact is you're a couple, you're together, and the soul energy is what's important, you know. You know, I've always said, and I really mean it, is that I kind of feel like marriage is, I don't know, it's an institution that has some wonderful things to it, but I also think that the real marriage comes when the souls connect. So whether you have the paper or not, it's about the spiritual commitment, and that's what you're going for, and I see that for you around end of September. Okay. Blessings to you, Donna. Thanks for waiting. All right, our next letter is from Debonair Feline. Hi, Debonair. I remember you. Yes, you said, do you remember me, Psychic Bob? Yes. And you said, Dear Bob, I'm trying to understand where my relationship is going. We are really struggling at the moment, and I'm uncertain of our future. My girlfriend lives far away and only comes down during the weekends to see me. Yet every time we end up in an argument or having some type of hurt feelings. Our communication is limited to Facebook, and it's very taxing on my soul. Will we get back to loving each other the way we used to? I love her so much. It hurts. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, you know Debonair feeling. I got to tell you, when I go into your aura, I am getting around you bright pink light. Now, different colors have different meanings. So soft pink light means love and everything's happy. Bright pink light means there's some emotional edge going on here. And I do feel the pain that you're experiencing. Now, I have to tell you, when I step into your partner's energy, I also get that same color. And so what that means, even though that's a color of struggle, it's actually a sign of hope, because when a couple that are at a distance share the exact same aura, that means that actually they're more linked than they realize, okay? I do also pick up around both you a little bit of dark blue, which means that you're both struggling with depression as well. Not clinical depression, but situational depression. And I have to tell you, once we get into around June, I do see improvement there. I feel like right now this distance issue is a struggle, but I feel like she doesn't want to leave. And I don't see another person around her. And I don't feel that you want to leave, and I don't see another person around you. So this is the trying time. But, you know, as they say, true love was never won easily. And I do feel that if you two can just hang in there, as we get to June, I pick up an ease of energy around you. Both of you have a lot of green light around that time, which for me means that the heart connection grows stronger. The heart chakra is where love originates. And as I go into June, that rich emerald green light is around both of you, which means that you're connecting back together. And I do see the travel situation improving. I know that right now she has to visit you because of travels conditions, but I am seeing it come to a greater balance. And I get travel around you in the summer. I feel you two will get away together and get to really spend quality time without being on a clock. See, right now, what I see around both of you is that you feel like you have to rush all your emotions and everything into 2 days. So when she comes down the weekends, like you got 2 days to sort everything out. And for a relationship, that's one not realistic and it's not healthy. And I think each of you have so much invested in both of those days that each of you are putting pressure on the other to make everything right and perfect. And what each of you need to do is step back and just be gentle with each other and say, well, we got our 2 days together. We're just going to enjoy it. Don't try to feel like you got to tackle all the serious issues and what our future is and all, because I feel like each of you are going into it with that. And I'm not saying that to be critical. I think it's a natural outcropping of the energy that is present. So I want you to visualize around you. Start today visualizing green light. Draw energy from your heart chakra right here in the middle of your chest. And I want you to send that light through your body. That will help calm you and center you. And then I want you to project it out to her so that she receives it. And if she's open to this, you may even teach her this meditation, because you are in a tough spot now. But again, I don't feel that it means that it's over. Okay, but there can be healing. I do see healing, and June will be the time of great transformation in a good way. All right, hope that helps. Send blessings to you. Thanks for waiting. All right, our next letter is from T. Kong, and T. Kong writes us, hey Bob, can you tell me when I will be a dad someday? Much love to you. Yeah, hi T. Kong. I get 2 years around this. And I have to be honest, now don't hate me, I'm not trying to be doom or gloom, but I feel that your fathership may be a form of adoption. You may have somebody who may have some conception problems in your future. And but I do feel fatherhood's part of your calling. You have a lot of love inside of you. And I want you to watch this about 2 years. But I do encourage you, be open to considering that you could be an adopted father. And I tell you, adopted dads are just as good as birth fathers. I was actually adopted, and my father was no different than a birth father. Loved me, supported me, big part of my life. And you have a lot to offer. So be patient. It's coming for you. It's part of your journey. But it's going to be about 2 years, okay? Sending blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Sabrina's Tarantulas. Oh, I love that. Sabrina, do you collect tarantulas? That's great. She writes, she says, hi, Bob. I was wondering if you could tell me when I would conceive and have a child. It's something that I have wanted more than anything in the world. Yeah. You know, I have to tell you, I keep getting number 2 here around you as well, so it's probably about 2 years, but there may be some struggle in you conceiving. I kind of feel like you may have a little bit of delay there, and some of that is really from a soul level, because sometimes we want to have a child, but then the child's spirit gets scared, and then when the child's ready, the parent can feel the child's about to come, and then they're like, I don't know if I'm ready. So sometimes a psychic block can occur there, and if you're having that experience, I want you just to step back and say, literally, I welcome this child. And I feel like, you know, in the next 2 years, this is where this will start to happen for you. Okay, so it'll be around, I believe you'll be pregnant around the end of 2017, with the child being born in 2018. Okay, so probably around May, June of 2018. Just in time for a Gemini baby. Well, you know, Gemini's the twins. Maybe you'll have twins. Actually, I don't see twins around you, but I do see one child. The first one will be a daughter. Okay. Hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Mary Crawford. And Mary writes and says, hello, Psychic Bob. Hi, Mary. I feel stuck. I'm depressed, full of anxiety. I can't sleep, and I'm suffering. Oftentimes I have thoughts of suicide. What's wrong with me? How do I move forward? and feel comfortable with living. Hi, Mary. First of all, I want to say I am so very sorry to receive your letter and hear your suffering. I have to tell you that I feel around you that you also have depression, but it's a clinical depression, which means that I'd like you to work with the doctor. They can give you antidepressants that I feel will balance out the energy around you. You don't have to live in that cloud, though, because modern medicine really can help you. There are two things I'd like you to focus on. One is not just the chemical issue, but also the behavioral issue, because I feel that in your life there are certain triggers that induce depression. And I'm not sure if you're aware of all of them yet. But one of them I feel is connected to, interestingly, weather. I feel like you're very sensitive to weather. And like when there's a lot of rain, it just triggers it in you. So you might want to look at your episodes of depression and see if it's seasonal related, because that's a whole nother thing, seasonal affective disorder. And I feel that's kind of an overlay in your depression. So you have that, but you also have a clinical depression. I also feel that one of your other triggers seems to be a certain date or a certain anniversary. It seems like you come up on a certain day of a year, maybe in a passing of somebody, but I feel like you get into a place where you start dwelling and you get sidetracked. This is also, again, behavioral issues. And that's why I say for you, for healing, I think you need chemical assistance through a doctor as well as behavioral therapy to understand what triggers that and how to deal with that when you start to feel that coming on. And you say, how do I feel comfortable with living, moving forward? How do I feel comfortable with living and moving forward? That again comes back to once you understand what triggers it, you're free. See, many times when we carry a trauma inside of ourselves, we bury it and we forget it, but something will bring it up. And we don't always even consciously know it. Sometimes the subconscious brings things in. And, Mary, I do a lot of work with people with past life information. And one of the things in past life therapy, which is very valuable, is that when you hear about your past lives, you may not consciously remember them, but your subconscious knows and understands it and then releases it. And so I've worked with people who've had past life trauma that doctors haven't been able to figure out. They're like, well, there's no trauma in their current life. But many times past life trauma will come up. And I have to tell you, from you in a psychic place, also when I step into your vibration as a psychic, I do feel that you did have another life that was traumatic. And it's interesting, it was in the early 1900s. You were a female, and I pick up around you an artist energy that you were doing artworks or something. And I feel like you did not, unfortunately, in that life have a lot of success. And I feel there may have been actually a suicide in your past life. Now, I bring that up because in this life, suicide is not the answer. Okay, that's not where you want to go. And you know that. Because if you didn't know that, you wouldn't have reached out to me. Your soul knows that that's a challenge and wants to break through it. And I do see you this year really making progress. But it's got to start with you also reaching out to more people. I want you to think of your healing as a team. So, for example, I'm part of your team. As your spiritual help, I'm going to help you understand your soul journey. I'm going to help you understand where that comes from. But you also need the physical help because remember, we're body, mind, and spirit. And so a doctor can deal with the physical reality of the chemicals in your body. And then a behavioral therapist or a counselor can help you deal with the mind and how the mind processes it. So you've got a team, or at least if you don't have a full team, you've got one part. I'm going to be your spiritual help. So from a spiritual place, I want you to know that you are entering this life with a little bit of past life trauma. But today, I hope sharing with you about this past will help you to release it. I do see around you also in this life a lot of orange light, which does mean you have a lot of creative energies. Right now, I do feel the depression blocks that. But I am seeing this orange light well up, and I do feel as we go further in the summer, you're going to have a real burst of creative energy, and that's life energy, okay? But to maximize that life energy, I want you to work with the doctor, and I want you to work with a therapist. And I want you to like check back with me and tell me how that's going, what's happening. And I'm part of your team now, okay? So you don't have to go this alone. And the people here at Spirit Channel, we're all a family. They're going to be part of your team. So I want everybody who's listening to this to pray for Mary. Her name is Mary Crawford, and she's a member here at YouTube and at my channel. So Mary, just now, by your bravery, and listen, you're brave to reach out and share this. Many people in this country struggle with depression. Well, actually, all over the world, really. Many people struggle with depression and they never reach out. I'm honored that you reached out to me. And I want you to know you don't walk alone. I'm on your team. Psychic Bob's on your team. And everybody here at Spirit Channel, we're on your team, okay? But you want to build that team. And so I want you to get the physical and the mental to go along with the spiritual. And guess what? You're going to rock it. You're not going to live like this forever. And don't give in to despair. All right? I'm sending prayers to you and blessings. And please let me know how it goes, okay? Sending love. Blessings to you, darling. Well, guys, listen. Psychic Bob's just back in town. I literally arrived this morning and I cranked out horoscopes. I'm getting out this video and then I got readings to do. So I'm so glad you're here. I hope you'll keep it here. Tomorrow on Wednesday, we're going to have Wiccan Wednesday. Yeah, we're going to do something mystical and magical, Wiccan related. And you don't have to be Wiccan to be here. Just come and learn. You might find something fascinating and new. So we'll see you back here for Wiccan Wednesday. In the meantime, like this, favorite, share it with your friends. Let's get the word out about Spirit Channel. And let's be a team. And go ahead, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Be part of the team. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for being patient with me while I was away. I love all of you. And Psychic Bob's back. So we'll see you back here tomorrow for Wiccan Wednesday. Blessings to you all.